Hello, I'm Mayor Gail Barney, and it is my honor to introduce Queen Creek's State of the Town. I think we can all agree that 2020 was a bit different, and so is our State of the Town. Instead of gathering in person with our family, friends, and regional partners to celebrate the successes we've enjoyed in 2020, we are presenting them virtually. This is just one example of the impact of COVID-19. The international pandemic has impacted everyone, and I'd like to extend my thoughts to those who have lost a loved one or who are experiencing hardships. While COVID-19 brought many challenges for all of us, I'd like to highlight some of the ways the Queen Creek community became stronger together during the past year. The town, like many other municipalities, worked closely with our neighboring communities, counties, and the state to provide ongoing updates. Communication is critical during these types of events. We also took the opportunity to evaluate how we could use our resources effectively during the pandemic. For example, while Horseshoe Park and Equestrian Center was closed over the summer, our operations staff assisted the streets department with various projects like clearing weeds, regrading retentions, and hauling concrete. Using Horseshoe Park staff instead of contracted services, the town saved approximately $77,000. Horseshoe Park staff also saved the town approximately $25,000 by building and installing a new rail fence instead of contracting out the work. We have fantastic businesses here in Queen Creek, but before I turn it over to Chamber of Commerce President Chris Clark, I'm excited to highlight one of my favorite topics, the people. In 2020, our community members donated nearly 45,000 hours of service, saving taxpayers approximately $1.2 million. In 2020, we celebrated quite the milestone with Lori Lehman, our Human Resources Specialist, being the first town employee to reach 25 years of service. Thank you, Lori, for your continued commitment to serving this community. Speaking of service, we have seen our healthcare professionals go above and beyond responding to COVID-19. As a town, we had the honor of participating in recognition of our healthcare heroes at Banner Ironwood. What you're about to see is just a small portion of the efforts to thank our dedicated healthcare professionals, which was featured on CBS News and NBC Universal, in addition to our local news.
I'm Chris Clark, President and CEO of the Queen Creek Chamber of Commerce, and on behalf of our Board of Directors and the business community, I'd like to thank our healthcare workers and first responders for all they've done for us this year during a very challenging time. I'd also like to congratulate the Town Council and the hardworking employees of the town of Queen Creek for all they were able to accomplish this year. 2020 brought us many challenges, and we all had to learn how to do things differently. In spite of all of these things, people continued to move to Queen Creek and businesses continued to open. We appreciate your work to make this a desirable community to live and do business in. Your investments in parks and roadways, upholding the voter-approved general plan, and high construction standards all contribute to creating a community that is a highly desirable place to live. This is evidenced by the record number of building permits issued to home builders who continued to make large investments in our community despite all of the unknowns that 2020 brought us. Recognizing the difficulties our businesses were facing this year, you took positive steps to help them. The easing of business fees and regulations and the creation of grant programs all helped our smaller businesses as they struggled to stay open. The business-friendly nature of the town encouraged the investments made by larger businesses that located here this year. Our businesses continually cite the quality of the town, the friendliness of the community, and the ease of doing business as some of the reasons for their success here.
So my daughter and I own Board and Brush together. We opened on March 7th and we closed on March 17th. And then we reopened on May 1st. So as a small business owner, we do appreciate our community. When we opened, they embraced us. We really are thankful and grateful for everything that has happened this year for us.
My favorite thing about doing business in Queen Creek is definitely the people and the interactions that you get to experience on a daily basis. We get to cross paths with all the town council members, teachers, other business owners, and the amazing residents of Queen Creek on a daily basis, and that's one of the things that I think we love the most.
Again, congratulations on all that was accomplished in 2020 despite the significant challenges. We know we're positioned well for a full recovery and a very successful 2021.
We love our local businesses. I'm excited to share a number of new businesses opened. Barrio Queen, Old Navy, Black Rock Coffee, Dutch Brothers Coffee, Trader Joe's, and the QC Botanical Gardens, to name a few. While our town center continues to flourish, so does our agritainment district. In 2020, the remaining acreage of Schnepp Farms was annexed, bringing the entire property into the town and expanding our agritainment district. This project achieved many of the goals detailed in the town's master plans, further solidifying the town as the agritainment capital of Arizona. The project wasn't just exciting to us, it received the Honorable Mention Award from the Arizona chapter of the American Planning Association. The Schnepp family has a lot of history in Queen Creek. Mark Schnepp is part of one of our founding families. He is a founding father and our first mayor. I can't think of anyone who better embraces the spirit of Queen Creek.
When you come to Queen Creek and you see, oh my gosh, you know, they've got a Walmart and they've got a Target and they've got all these restaurants over here. Those are all great, but it's not about that. It's about the spirit of the community. And the spirit of the community started decades ago, a century ago actually, when the first settlers started coming here. And it took generations of people loving this place and wanting to make it better and wanting to raise their families here and wanting to create this real sense of community that I am so proud of. And I hope that all the new people that are moving here realize that it's not just sticks and mortar. It's not just, you know, better roads and nice parks. It's about the spirit that this community has, and it still has it today because of the people that came before and the generations that came before. They're the ones that laid the groundwork, that made the sacrifices, that paid the price that we're all enjoying today. And I'm so proud of it. And I hope that everyone that moves here feels the same way.
That certainly highlights the great quality of life we enjoy here in Queen Creek. Our parks and trails are definitely at the heart of this community. In 2020, a new trailhead was completed to access the Sanoke Wash at Power Road. Improvements were made to the splash pad at Founders Park, one of our very popular amenities, and our ground staff continue to work hard to ensure our parks and trails are safe and beautiful. Mansell Carter Oasis Park added 2 more awards, the Grand Award in Special Projects and the Best Large Project Award, both from the American Council of Engineering Companies. Speaking of awards, Horseshoe Park and Equestrian Center and Roots and Boots Queen Creek were awarded first place for best footing from the Women's Professional Rodeo Association in the Turquoise Circuit. Our special events are a staple of this community. This year, they looked a little different. Thanks to the creativity of our staff and engagement from the community, we continue to offer unique QC experiences through the Easter Bunny Adventure, a parade through the neighborhoods, Ice Cream Social Week with virtual updates from the various town divisions, a modified Founders Month with drive-in watch parties, community scavenger hunts, a live stock experience along the QC Wash, and of course, a virtual Battle of the Badge. Touch a Truck became a virtual View a Vehicle series, highlighting our field staff and the equipment they operate. Our modified Trunk or Treat month included pumpkin, costume, pet, and house decorating contest. And my personal favorite, Hey QC, a chance to get into the fall spirit while also supporting our local businesses. Our recycling events added increased safety measures with an advanced registration process that kept traffic moving smoothly for nearly 500 participants in November, which resulted in 22 tons of materials diverted from the landfill. And you still have time to participate in Cupid's Quest. Check out our Recreation Facebook page for details on where to find Cupid through Valentine's Day. We also got creative with how we engaged our senior program participants, from delivering toilet paper to Zoom calls and regular check-ins. After sharing all of this, it shouldn't be a surprise that our recreation supervisor, Erica Perez, was recognized by the National Parks and Recreation Association. Erica was recognized by NBC Universal's Peacock Network in honor of Parks and Recreation Treat Yourself Day. She even got to virtually meet Jerry from the show Parks and Recreation. What better way to close Quality of Life than to revisit my favorite Battle of the Badge from 2020?
We certainly appreciate our public safety folks. Ensuring a secure future takes many forms, including welcoming new residents and businesses to Queen Creek. In 2020, the town issued 1,985 single-family home permits, the largest number of housing permits issued in the history of the town. Including commercial and retail, the town permitted an estimated $848 million in construction value and processed nearly 6,000 permits and applications, all while maintaining current staffing and consistent quality customer service, keeping projects on schedule and ensuring quality and safe development in the community. The town also processed 271 business licenses, a 50% increase from 2019, and we completed a rezoning of the area west of Ellsworth Road to allow land designated for residential homes to be converted to commercial uses. This area will serve as a transition between the downtown core and adjacent residential communities. Speaking of the downtown core, we're excited to welcome the Placemaking and Arts Task Force for the downtown core. The purpose of the committee is to encourage arts in the downtown, helping shape the physical and social character. Just north of downtown, we celebrated the grand opening of the town's first hotel. We are thrilled to welcome Hampton Inn to Queen Creek community. We also saw new industrial development at the Power Marketplace Business Park and an expansion at Banner Ironwood Medical Center, including a 60,000 square foot medical office and 2 new floors with 36 additional beds at the hospital. The success of our businesses also plays an important role in creating a secure future. The town was at the forefront of implementing support for our businesses in response to the pandemic. We waived business license and renewal fees for fiscal year 2021. We provided flexibility on temporary signage for commercial businesses. We allowed restaurants to extend their outdoor dining even prior to the governor's executive order. We encouraged the community to support local businesses through the Queen Creek Together campaign, which included sharing business specials, a partnership with Hound, and implementing the Small Business Grant Assistance Program. In 2020, we assisted more than 100 businesses through more than $400,000 worth of direct support. With these efforts, in addition to the team's ongoing work, it is no surprise that our Economic Development Department was recognized by the Arizona Association of Economic Development as the Medium Organization of the Year. We are fortunate to have outstanding staff and local businesses. Let's hear from some of those businesses.
You know, Queen Creek has that small town feel that really supports that kind of that local business.
The other businesses have been absolutely amazing. We had a couple of the owners from the businesses just right here in this complex come by and welcome us, and everybody's just been super great with us. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Queen Creek has some businesses that have been here since inception, probably before Queen Creek was ever a thing. And the families that created those businesses are nice to work with.
It's nice to when you drive through downtown Queen Creek and you see Magma Engineering that's been there forever, it seems like. And then you have other businesses like Schneff Farms, Sossaman Farms, Ace's True Value Hardware, Rudy's Restaurant, the Queen Creek Cafe. Those are all what I would call landmarks. Those are all places that we have congregated, we've gone in and done business with. When you walk in, you know the people who are working there, you know them by name, and I think that's what kind of keeps that hometown feel.
It's good to have a history. It's good to have an institutional history of kind of where we've been and a little bit of what it took to get here.
It's nice to be able to tap into some of their history and just weave it into our kind of ongoing history.
We believe that rising tides raise all ships, and you want to support your local community. And if everyone is strong in your local community, everyone grows and becomes stronger.
Access to and conservation of water is also an integral component of a secure future. Last year, we began a water conservation program monitoring the usage of HOAs, which are some of the largest users of water. We anticipate HOAs being able to save 5 to 10% of water usage as a result of this program. Not only do we want to conserve water, we also want to efficiently store and manage our water, which is one of the many benefits of the impressive Meridian Water Storage Facility.
I'm Brian Quill. I'm the Utility Field Supervisor for the Town of Queen Creek's Water Utilities Department. This project includes a 3 million gallon water tank and a booster station. We'll start with a closer look at the tank. The tank is 24 feet tall with a diameter of 160 feet. The tank is concrete, which will greatly reduce the operation and maintenance costs of the facility. The tank is wrapped with approximately 66,000 feet of steel cable, which is roughly 12.5 miles. The wrapping cable has an applied force of 14,950 pounds and is covered by 60 cubic yards of shotcrete. Next, we'll have an overview of the booster station. The booster station includes 3 booster pumps, each pumping 1,000 gallons per minute, with space for a 4th booster pump. These are the town's first vertical turbine booster pumps, which allow for more efficient and consistent operation. This booster station also provides more efficient use of the town's water zones and includes an emergency generator that will keep the pumps operational during a power outage.
Talk about a superior piece of infrastructure, and we are in the process of constructing a second large water storage tank in the northeast area of the community. As a town, we're committed to providing superior infrastructure for our residents and businesses while ensuring we are making strategic public investments for today and the future. We continue to invest in our utility system to ensure safe water and efficient wastewater. For example, we constructed 17 miles of utility lines, constructed or improved a number of well sites throughout our service area, and enhanced our water system infrastructure with the acquisition of the Diversified Water Company. The acquisition added more than 9 square miles and 1,800 customers to our water service area. It also added 4 wells and 4 storage tanks. Of course, I can't talk about superior infrastructure without talking about our extensive roadway improvements. In 2020, we made a number of enhancements at major intersections. These improvements include state-of-the-art technology and safety features, and we added 4 new intersections throughout town. And we're maintaining our commitment to better roads ahead. For those looking for information about specific roadway projects in town, I invite you to visit our fantastic capital improvement web pages at queencreek.org/Better Roads Ahead. There you'll find complete details, including timelines for the many projects we're working on to improve transportation in the community. We are continuing progress on the Rittenhouse Road improvements. This is a major roadway improvement project spanning more than 4 miles. We are nearing completion of the project, which will result in Rittenhouse being 2 lanes in each direction all the way through Queen Creek. This project included a number of partners and is a significant roadway for the region. A major component of the project was widening the bridge over the Queen Creek Wash. Let's take a look.
I am standing on the new, fantastic bridge with 2 lanes in each direction, sidewalk, bike lanes, and a center median. The bridge also provides access under Rittenhouse Road, an important safety component for our trail users, including equestrians. I'd like to thank Maricopa County for yet another successful partnership.
Maricopa County provided more than $2.6 million in financial support for this bridge. But beyond financial support, I want to note the shared vision between Maricopa County and Queen Creek to improve connectivity throughout the East Valley.
We also completed a new bridge over the Queen Creek Wash at Meridian Road, which allowed us to extend Meridian Road south to Combs Road, creating an important north-south connector in that area of town. On the west side of town, we broke ground on the Chandler Heights improvements from Sossaman to Power. This project will widen the 2-lane roadway to 5 lanes and is just phase 1 of the project. This year we will continue the Chandler Heights improvements west to Wrecker and the Power Road improvements north to Brooks Farm. And last but not least, the new roadway behind me, the Signal Butte extension, another important north-south connector. Let's take a look.
The new roadway is a joint project between the town and Fulton Homes. The town extended Signal Butte Road with 5 lanes from Queen Creek to Ryan Road, providing important access to our new Fire Station 4. Fulton Homes further extended Signal Butte Road from Ryan to Germain. While the new roadway is now open, there are additional components of the project that are still under construction. The town is widening Queen Creek Road from Signal Butte to Benjamin Franklin School, adding a center turn lane. And Fulton Homes is widening Queen Creek Road from Signal Butte to Meridian, adding a center turn lane. The project provides an additional north-south connector for the town of Queen Creek, providing additional access to the future SR 24.
The Signal Butte Road extension was instrumental in the opening of Fire Station 4. This amazing new facility I'm standing in. Our Queen Creek Fire and Medical plays a key role in creating a safe community, and they were quite busy in 2020. Queen Creek's first ladder truck was placed into service, strategically located at Fire Station 1. Ladder 411 will provide enhanced protections for our community. Our crews have completed extensive training to operate the new apparatus, which will be essential as Queen Creek welcomes more multi-story buildings, including our first hotel. Opening Station 4 brought our total number of in-service fire stations to 5. Let's get a quick tour from Chief Gray.
What we've done in this fire station is something a little bit different. Off to the right, we have built in space for law enforcement. Today it's our Maricopa County Sheriff's Office and our future Queen Creek Police Department. Right now we're located in what would be the kitchen and dining room area for the fire station. Our firefighters work 48 hours straight in the fire stations. So what they have to have as part of the fire stations is really a home away from home. We have kitchen facilities, dining facilities, bedroom facilities and whatnot. So this is a great example of what the firefighters have. So what we have in this section of the fire station is the area where the firefighters can sleep and also use the restrooms. So we have kind of a U-shaped design in this part of the fire station, and we have a total of 10 dorm rooms, which you can see here, and it's a place for the firefighters to sleep. These are for individuals. The apparatus bays are where we store our fire trucks when we're not actually out using them. And we've adopted what's called a 3 fire station bay configuration for Queen Creek. And this is the design we're going to use in all of our fire stations. On this side of the fire station, we have areas for storage, cleaning, disinfecting. Right along with the support side, and in this room, we decontaminate some of our equipment. So what this room does is it's a place that is well ventilated and it's climate controlled, and the turnout gear can be stored in here, and it increases the life of those garments, and also more importantly, it separates any soiled or dirty turnouts from the firefighters.
Of course, to operate 5 fire stations, we need firefighters. In 2020, the recruit class of 2020-2 graduated with 13 new firefighters joining Queen Creek Fire and Medical. In partnership with Maricopa County, our firefighters also hosted 2 flu shot clinics. Maricopa County Public Health provided the vaccines at no cost, and our fire department personnel administered them. We also partnered with Vitalant to host monthly blood drives. Vitalant is the sole blood provider for Banner Ironwood and every hospital in Maricopa County. Vitalant supplies 60 hospitals in Arizona. Through the generosity of the region, our monthly blood drives resulted in 345 blood donations, a 366% increase from 2019. While our fire department is focused on the safety of the community, we are also focused on their safety. In working with 2 medical providers, we developed early detection cancer screenings for our fire and medical staff. And our efforts to improve well-being do not stop with our staff. Our 2020 charity campaign raised more than $21,000 for nonprofits. To help ensure a safe community during COVID-19, while also continuing to provide essential services, our staff designed and installed plexiglass barriers inside all town facilities, enhanced cleaning of town facilities, and worked to ensure staff have the necessary personal protective equipment to safely perform their various functions for the community. As you can see, providing a safe community entails many areas. Before Councilmember Wheatley shares our law enforcement highlights, let's take a look at the video prepared by students at the Queen Creek American Leadership Academy, reminding people to drive to arrive.
ALA Queen Creek High School presents Safe Driving. What not to do. Driving with your phone is fun, but can really put people in danger. Speeding and driving recklessly has no place on the road. It's fun to jam out, but make sure not to get lost in the tunes. Yum. But focus on the road as best you can. When getting angry, try to relax and take some deep breaths. Feeling a little too sleepy? Pull over, take a break. It may get a little hectic at times. Do your best. Studying for your final exam? Save it for later. You may get distracted by friends or family. Try to say hi to them later, though. Drive to arrive.
I love it when we work with our local schools. Our MCSO Queen Creek deputies are also reminding us to drive to arrive. They establish traffic enforcement details to target high collision areas and implemented ATV patrols in our washes. Our deputies found creative ways to connect with the community during COVID-19, including public safety parades throughout our neighborhoods, a Facebook Live video touring the station, graduation parades, and McGruff the crime dog visited more than 200 residents from a safe distance in a single day. We are fortunate to have amazing public safety personnel serving us through our contract with the Sheriff's Office, and will continue to be serviced by them until early 2022. At that time, we will officially transition to the Queen Creek Police Department. In late 2019, we reviewed a comprehensive law enforcement study. In early 2020, we asked you, our community, for input on the topic, and we so appreciate your response. Through a variety of outreach methods, we received 354 feedback forms. We reached 405 people in person with nearly 176,000 impressions on social media and 2.6 million reached through traditional media coverage. The community overwhelmingly responded that it was time for us to create our own police department. After careful consideration as a council, we unanimously approved to establish the Queen Creek Police Department at our March 18th meeting. And it's been a busy 9 months. We hired our first chief of police, Randy Bryce, who has been working hard to create a police department founded on serving with compassion, respect, and trust. Creating a police department includes so many components. It has touched every aspect of our organization. From conducting the steps to be an officially recognized police department, establishing a logo, badge, and vehicle design, and planning for recruitment. We've begun the purchasing process for major equipment, including vehicles, network hardware, weapons and ammunition, and purchasing our records management system that will manage the day-to-day operations and much more for the new department. Hopefully you're following us on social media, so you've seen Chief Bryce on his various adventures, from riding Peaches the mule through the QC Wash to reading children's books and volunteering in the community. He truly is embracing the philosophy of community-oriented policing. And we've been working with just about everyone to develop the many partnerships and intergovernmental agreements needed prior to January 2022. We've also welcomed our command staff, Lieutenants Noah Johnson and Mark Newman, and Senior Administrative Assistant Tina Brinkman to the team. And we are in the midst of our recruiting for all our remaining sworn positions. It has been an incredible journey so far, and we are so excited for what's to come. While I could try and convince you to come work for our new QCPD, I think I'll let Chief Bryce take it from here.
So when we think of a brand new police department, one of the opportunities that we have is to kind of set the tone for everything, especially with the conversation that's happening nationally, all the concerns about policing. This is a great opportunity to take best practices, to listen to those conversations that are happening in the community and put those things into place right away.
This operation just doesn't really happen anymore. Most law enforcement agencies are established across this country, and to start something new in a community like this, it's growing and it's supported and it's got great people in it, it's just going to be wonderful.
I've never met a more engaged community that is excited to have law enforcement as part of their everyday activities. We are going to serve the community with respect, compassion, and trust.
I think it's important that if we're expected to go into the community and treat everyone with respect, that starts in-house. So we have to be an organization that values its employees. So build a positive internal culture so that we can go out into the community and bring that outside the organization.
I'm excited to have you come here and looking forward to working with you.
Wow, our very own Queen Creek Police Department. What an incredible time in Queen Creek's history. You know, it has been an absolute pleasure over the last 4 years to serve the people of Queen Creek, to serve you on the Queen Creek Town Council. Watching my fellow council members and I come together to solve big problems and do great things for the people that we represent. It has truly been an honor. And you know, 2020 was a hard year. Honestly, it sucked. With coronavirus, there was economic devastation, there was hardship. We had Queen Creek citizens that struggled with loss of jobs, losing their businesses, or fighting to save those businesses. And you know, whether you were hit hard or whether you were hit less hard, it was a tough year for everybody. And Queen Creek did it differently. Queen Creek provided all of our essential services while still reducing our budget by over 10%. What an incredible accomplishment to have a balanced budget and to prove to our citizens that it's not just government that's essential, it's you. And we take that responsibility very seriously. You know, that's not the only fiscally responsible thing that we did in 2020. We also took over the maintenance of streetlights from SRP, which will save property owners in our streetlight improvement districts an aggregate annual total of $400,000. We were also able to pay off 2 loans early, saving $2.6 million in interest. We refinanced debt related to water with long-term WIFA financing. And boy, water sure is important to us here in Arizona. When we did this, we got low fixed interest rates of 1.98% over 30 years, which is some of the cheapest that you can get. Many of you know how passionate I am about fiscal responsibility, and it has been an honor to close my role on the Queen Creek Council sharing these highlights. As I move into my role with the state legislature, I'm excited to watch the future progress and to partner with the town and all of our council members, including our newest member, Councilmember Leah Martineau.
Thank you, Representative Hoffman. Working collaboratively with the various levels of government is a key component of being an effective government, and we look forward to working with you in your new role. Speaking of partnerships, in 2020, the town worked with the Pinal County Supervisor Goodman's office and local faith-based organizations to coordinate a food drive with the United Food Bank, collecting nearly 24,300 pounds of food for regional residents in need. The town also partnered with Maricopa County to open 1.3 miles of new trails at Horseshoe Park and Equestrian Center. Let's take a look.
I'm here at Phase 2 of Horseshoe Park and Equestrian Center. Those of you that have lived in the community for over 20 years may remember this site as a former landfill. As you can see, we are pleased to share this is now an extension of our trail system. Thanks to the partnership with Maricopa County, this area now boasts 1.3 miles of additional trails.
This project is another example of the commitment of town's leadership. I'm happy to say that Maricopa County did play a part in getting here today. The county was able to provide a $750,000 grant for this project, and I'm proud to see these dollars being used for the residents here in Queen Creek.
The town also worked with the Maricopa Association of Governments on a number of items, including submitting 54 transportation projects to the Maricopa Association of Governments Regional Transportation Plan, which covers the next 20 years, and securing funding $45,000 to optimize the town center area signals for weekend operations, and $1.8 million to complete town-wide upgrades for all signalized intersections. Beyond partnerships, an effective government continues to seek opportunities for innovation and engagement. Development Services customers now have full use of our online platform to submit plans electronically, saving them and the town considerably on printing costs and in-person visits, and allowing real-time project status updates. A byproduct is significantly reducing our reliability on paper. Advancing the use of e-signatures across the organization also reinforces the town's paperless initiative and enhances remote work efforts. And finally, like many other communities across the nation, the town adjusted census outreach efforts as a result of the pandemic. A special thank you to our Complete Count Committee, community leaders who volunteered their time to help increase the community's participation. They were quite busy and successful. The town's self-response rate was 70.1%, which exceeded both national and state averages. The town was fortunate to work with American Leadership Academy and the Queen Creek Unified School District on 2 outstanding videos. Let's take a look at the QCUSD video.
By April 1st, every family will receive an invitation to participate in the 2020 census. It's important, safe,
and easy.
As a student, as a teacher,
as a parent,
as a business owner,
I count. I count.
I count.
I count.
I count.
I count.
I count.
As a community, we count.
Our youth are just fantastic. While 2020 had its challenges, I think we can all agree it also had some outstanding successes. And we are looking forward to what's ahead in 2021. From the opening of Fat Cats, a major family entertainment venue, and EOS Fitness, to the groundbreaking of Fry's Marketplace at Ellsworth and Riggs, we are excited to see QC continue to be a destination for new businesses. We are continuing work toward better roads ahead, with 4 new roadway projects starting construction and 2 more completing design. And we will celebrate some major milestones for public safety, the groundbreaking of permanent fire stations 2 and 5, and continued progress towards our very own Queen Creek Police Department. Thank you for celebrating our state of the town, and to everyone who helps make Queen Creek such a fantastic place. We are stronger together.